All right, here I am with another tactical analysis video. And in this video, I'm going to focus on our 3-1 defeat against Aston Villa. Now, I have pushed back this video until I saw how Manchester United reacted to that 3-1 defeat in our game in the Carabao Cup against Aston Villa. Now, of course, we had a better result, 4-2. However, a lot of the things that I'm going to show you in today's video, I still saw in our 4-2 win at Old Trafford. And it is my honest opinion that the main issue at Manchester United is not a matter of recruitment or a matter of tactics or coaching. Of course, all of those do have an impact, but I think that the main issue is here. It's mental. The players are not ruthless enough. And so that's what I'm going to show you in this video. Back during preseason, I made a video after our friendly game against Atletico Madrid, where I showed that the reason we concede goals and the reason why we lose games or end up drawing games that we should have won is because of small incremental mistakes that have a snowball effect. Start with small mistakes and then slowly they lead to us conceding goals and lead to our morale dropping and us eventually losing games and not getting the results that we need throughout the season. Now, Machiavelli in his famous ouvrage, The Prince, well, he said the following. He said that when you strike a man, you have to do it in such a decisive fashion as to not fear retaliation or revenge from them. Now, of course, I do not condone violence, but what he's talking about in this quote applies perfectly to what I'm going to show you in the video. Basically, what it is that for a team like Manchester United, you have to be so decisive, so ruthless in how you do things. Do it with such an intensity that your opponents would never dare to dream, in their wildest dream, that they can ever challenge you, never mind bettering you. So anyway, let's analyze the video and let's meet in a moment. So the sequence starts obviously with the ball in our court, throw in by Luke Shaw. Now, I want you to observe how Aston Villa press us as opposed to how we press and how we defend from the front. So obviously the moment the ball is headed towards the defender, in this case Victor Lindelof, look at what the Aston Villa players are doing, especially Watkins, Buendia and Bailey over here. So obviously a lot of intensity in the sprints. Now look, all of our players, including Lisandro Martinez right here, are boxed in. Casemiro as well. It's very hard for us to get the ball out of these areas. So obviously it comes in. Now look at Lisandro Martinez. What other options does he have? A lot of intensity, a lot of high pressing and sprinting from the Aston Villa players. And now the trap is set. Lisandro Martinez can only go back to David De Gea, who also can only just go with the speculative long ball with the pressure that Oli Watkins is putting on him right now. The ball goes into the midfield. Douglas Lewis gives it back to the defenders. And as you can see here, look at their line. Their whole defensive line is actually right next to the halfway line. So they are pushing us very high. They have a high defensive line. They are squeezing us in our own box. And so they are able to win the ball. There is nothing special about what Aston Villa did right here, because every opponent we've faced for the past few seasons, they've all used this strategy. This is how they disrupt the way we build up from the back. And by doing this, we always end up giving the ball back to the opponents. Now, this sequence right here is very important because it showcases a contrast between how the opposition presses us and how they defend from the front as opposed to us. And this sequence directly led, them winning the ball right now, directly led to that Leon Bailey goal, which was their first goal in the game and eventually set the tone and the pace for the rest of the game. So anyway, let's see, how do we defend as a team from the front foot as opposed to how Aston Villa does it? Okay, so this right here is a continuation of the same sequence. So obviously Cristiano Ronaldo pressing Tyrone Mings right here. Pressing the goalkeeper and the center backs is mainly the job of the center forward. So here Cristiano Ronaldo, half-hearted effort. We know he's not the best presser, the most intense presser out there. Emiliano Martinez has all the time that he needs to assess his options. Then he goes long towards Luca Digne again. If you look at the way we are shaped right now, I think there is a lot of space right here in midfield. Luca Digne, by going towards Buendia right here, would just take 5 of our players out of the game. It goes towards Rashford, back again to Tyron Mings, again Cristiano Ronaldo. Really, it's just light-hearted. It's just there is no passion, no intensity in the press. Goes to Douglas Luiz again. He's got a lot of space on the ball. Same thing with Donny van de Beek. And you know, right here, what you can see, what Douglas Luiz is doing. That's exactly what we saw against Manchester City, for example, with Akanji and Ake, just dribbling, just like a hot knife slicing through butter, dribbling through the middle, through the heart of our midfield. That's what Douglas Luiz is doing right now. No intensity again. We are not getting in their faces. Right here in this situation with Jacob Ramsey, if it was Aston Villa, if it was the other way around, Christian Eriksen and Garnacho would be right in his face, forcing him to make a decision, hence forcing him to make a mistake. But no, he's got time, he can go back. The Aston Villa play, it looks like training. That's what it looks like. It's just practice for Aston Villa. Now things are going to start getting more interesting, because if I get back here, look at what Cristiano Ronaldo does right here. So Donny van de Beek obviously has been pressing all over this area right here, the left-hand side. Cristiano Ronaldo just comes, stands here, and then look, he just points to Van de Beek and just says, oh, Donny, there you go. Keep on running. Keep on running. Go and press Tyron Ming. But that's Cristiano Ronaldo's responsibility. Not just him personally, but like it's the center forwards' responsibility to press the center backs and the goalkeeper. Tyron Mings gets the ball. And then now it goes to Dean. And this is where things are going to get interesting, because this is where Victor Lindelof is going to commit the cardinal sin that was committed during this game. So Luka Dean gets the ball. It goes to Ollie Watkins. Now, I want you to observe Victor Lindelof and Ollie Watkins right now. So Victor Lindelof, really undecisive, really nice. Just the same situation that I showed you in that video during preseason with Morata now is happening with Ollie Watkins. Look how... Are they friends? I mean, what are you doing, Victor Lindelof, you know? And so he allows Ollie Watkins to turn around on his right foot. He opens up options for him. And then now it's easy for him to find Jacob Ramsey and Leon Bailey. Ramsey gets the ball. Now, how did this happen? Now, look at this. We have two center backs right here. Well, Luke Shaw and Lisandro Martinez. And Jacob Ramsey and Leon Bailey, right? 2v2. They are facing us. Lisandro Martinez just doesn't track Leon Bailey's run. And what's also interesting is Casemiro right here. Look, he's going to make a diagonal run instead of running to try to catch Leon Bailey or try to collide with Leon Bailey's run. What he does is he will go diagonally nowhere. It's really puzzling. The decision making in this sequence is really puzzling. So how did this happen? Okay, so of course Leon Bailey is a very fast player. So I'm not surprised that he outpaced Lisandro Martinez, but this just shows that there is lack of coordination between the Manchester United players when it comes to defending. Now, I want to open a quick bracket about Victor Lindelof right here. Okay, he's a defender that I like. I like his ball playing ability, but the aggression. But let me remind you, Victor Lindelof's nickname when he was at Benfica was the Iceman. Where did this guy go? He was a tough defender, really decisive, really aggressive with his defending. What happens? Why, whenever a player joins Manchester United, they just lose that swagger? Is it the pressure of playing for Manchester United? What is it? Is it the coaching? Is it the culture at the club that doesn't get that out of the players? Jadon Sancho at Dortmund was the best winger in the world. Comes to Manchester United, and then what it is? What happens? What it is with this club? And again, coming back to that Machiavelli quote, at Manchester United, we have to restore the fear factor at Manchester United. I don't remember which player said it, but he said that during the late 90s and early 2000s, Arsene Wenger's Arsenal and Sir Alex Ferguson's Manchester United's team, a team that included that fella right there, Eric Cantona, they would actually beat you in the tunnel because you would be lining up next to them. You'd see the players you were playing against. You knew what they were capable of. Their reputation preceded them, and you were beaten. You were 60%, 70% convinced that you were already losing this game before you even touched the ball. And yet, Manchester United right now is a team that encourages the opposition. Everybody believes that they have a shot against Manchester United, and that needs to change. And that can only change if players like Victor Lindelof, in the situation they were in against a player like Ollie Watkins, you strike them so decisively, ruthlessly and mercilessly, so that you do not fear retaliation, so that They never even dare to challenge you. Cheers.